Reflections of a Cold War CIA Agent's Son. Why We Need a Level-Headed President Now More Than Ever, by Jim Taggart.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 8, 9,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
These are the stakes. To make a world in which all of God's children can live, or to go into the dark. We must either love each other, or we must die.
Vote for President Johnson on November 3rd. The stakes are too high for you to stay home.
This story is about how close we came to global nuclear war in 1962 during the Cuban Missile Crisis, and the impact of country leaders on our lives. Nuclear war was avoided by a diplomatic agreement between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. America is a bold experiment. Democracy is difficult and fragile. When I was in 3rd grade, my father was a commander of a secret CIA training base on the island of Saipan in the western Pacific Ocean. Because he was the top commander and I was his only son, I got to accompany him everywhere. No questions asked. During the Cuban Missile Crisis, he instructed my mother to pack the car with survival food and gear. If tensions between Moscow and Washington increased, he would call her so she could head west in the car. He would have 48 hours before nuclear war was likely to start. The dark sides of this tropical paradise were the many remnants of war. My young explorer friends and I wandered through the jungle, thinking it was normal to find blown-up tanks, live bombs, and downed planes. We even found human bones, including skulls.
You fling one, another one will get flung, and the system will just almost feed on itself, correct?
That was one of the first of many jaw-dropping realizations reporting this book, was that nuclear war is a system of systems. It is built upon this idea that deterrence will hold. And to have found, as I did, the Deputy General of Stratcom saying to a group of sort of insiders on the record, if deterrence fails, it all unravels. And that unraveling is what I portray in nuclear war scenario. It's one by one by one. And I'm talking about seconds and minutes of action, not days and weeks. That was really what got me immediately thinking about how to frame the book and how to report it as the ticking clock scenario that it is. As you know, it's 3 acts. In 72 minutes, it's over.
Annie Jacobson's book reminded me that the president has the sole authority to launch our nuclear arsenal at any moment, and a real eye-opener into the enormous job of my dad and his team at the CIA to protect us all. Examples of dangerous leaders include Trump's 2018 provocative "My nuclear button is bigger than yours" Twitter message taunting Kim Jong-un, and his decision to rip up the nuclear agreement with Iran. The Union of Atomic Scientists estimates that the probability of nuclear war has never been higher. Referring to Project 2025, the July 2nd, 2024 Bulletin of Atomic Scientists headline was, "Trump has a strategic plan for the country. Gearing up for nuclear war." Through Jacobson's book, I finally found the answer to what drove my father to work so hard. When Jacobson interviewed Cold War warriors, she asked why they persisted in their stressful jobs. Most spoke at length of their commitment to preventing nuclear war. I think that is how my father would have answered the question He was one of the committed government workers, striving to make the world safer and better for the rest of us. He dedicated his entire career to preventing the horrors of nuclear war at all costs. Yet World War, nuclear weapons, presidential nuclear authority, and global nuclear arms control and disarmament were not even mentioned in any 2024 debates or campaign. Your vote matters. Our lives depend on level-headed leaders.